Hypothetical situation. Ladies and guys, you've been married 3, 4, 5 years to your partner, and now you have irreconcilable differences. In other words, it's over. Beneath. You want to go your separate ways and you're divorcing. So, upon divorcing, let's say it's impending, it's going to happen. Once you do, in fact, divorce from one another, do the in laws leave as well? I've heard different viewpoints on this. There are some people that say, yeah, they're done. The in laws, her in laws are finished. And I've heard women say the same thing. Yes, his in laws, I'm done with all of them because he's pissed me off just that much. What do you think? Have you experienced this yourself in your own life where you have separated from your partner or previous partner or divorced and you have nothing to do with the in laws anymore? Or even have the in laws divorced you because you're no longer with the husband or wife, whatever the case was? I believe that that's still your family. I do. So let me put myself in this hypothesis, this hypothetical situation. Let's just say it's myself, and I'm married to a young lady for 5 years, and for some reason, things are just not working out, and we both mutually decide to divorce. Now, throughout the 5 years, mind you, we both have grown to know and love one another's family. Aunts and uncles and cousins and brothers and sisters and things of this sort. Grandparents on both sides. And we had family reunions, we've had get togethers, we've done functions together and so forth. We've laughed, prayed, and cried together. Now, since she and I are all of a sudden now departing, do we let go the family members that we've attached ourselves to and them as well? No. That's still your family, regardless of your situation, husband and wife prior. Doesn't matter what your reason is for parting. You don't have to kick the in-laws to the curb because they're still your family. That's so disruptive emotionally, especially when children are involved. Those children gain cousins and nephews and nieces and uncles and things of this sort. If they're your children and her children, and you're tearing them apart all of a sudden because you don't get along, that's not kosher. That's not proper at all. So let's say this. I'm give you a really good example related to the same subject. I'll piggyback on what I just said. That subject. If you, let's say me, same scenario, I'm divorcing Betty. Okay. Now, a year later, I find another young lady that I'm interested in, and then we jail. So we get together. Let's call her name Janet. So Betty is my ex-wife, and so I meet Janet. So should Janet have a problem with me still dealing with Betty's family, even though I don't deal with Betty, my ex or former wife, anymore? Outside of the fact that we have children together, and I deal with my children, of course. But I'm not taking Betty out to dinner, and we're not having any affair with one another, and that kind of thing. But do I dismiss her family, my in-laws from the previous relationship, just because Janet feels a certain kind of way? And does Janet have a right to tell me not to associate with my ex-wife's family because it makes her insecure? Or she wants to make or conjure up some sort of excuse and say, well, we're together now, and it's just you and I, and we're starting our own family, and you need to stop dealing with them. Is this proper? I say no, it's not. If Janet is not intellectually sound enough, if she does not have enough common sense to know that that's still my family with the ex-wife removed, then something's wrong with Janet. Maybe Janet doesn't need to be in the picture. You don't dismiss your family just because you are in a new relationship. You just simply don't. And let me throw this in here as well, just some food for thought. And I want you to really, really tell me what you feel about this. Outside of you having a picture of you, your children, and your former wife on the wall, is it okay to have pictures of your family, your children, and yourself on the wall when you have a new wife or a new husband, minus the previous relationship? In other words, let's say I was married to Betty again, and we had family pictures when we were married, her and the kids that we have, or the children that we had together. Now, when Janet comes along, myself, I think I should put them in a photo album and not have them displayed on the wall in the living room and the den and all over the house. Okay? Just out of respect to Janet. But if there are pictures of myself and my children from Betty, it should be okay. Or myself and Betty's family, my other in-laws, it's okay to have pictures with them as well. Should I burn up all of my history with Betty and her family? Should I tear up all of my former pictures, the things that we've done together and the events we've gone to together when we were married, just to appease the new lady in my life? Should I do that? Or ladies, if it were you, would you want your new hubby to tear up his memories of his prior family, or even current family, minus the man's ex-wife? And guys, what do you think? Do you want your wife, your new wife, to burn up all of her family pictures and so forth, things that they've done together in events and so on and so forth, just because you feel a certain way, or that you maybe are even jealous? For foolish reason, I think. Or maybe because you're insecure. What do you people think about this? You see, I've known people personally that have an issue with you having pictures of your ex, even put away, and not in the open for people to just peruse through. But they just have it put away, filed away somewhere, and they don't necessarily show it out of respect for their new partner. Now, again, I'm going to say, if I have an ex-wife and I married another lady, I'm not going to have a picture of me and my ex-wife hanging on the wall in my new relationship. And I would hope everyone would see it from that standpoint. But if I have children by her, and it's myself and them and her other family members, it should be okay. Along with the pictures of my new wife and her family, it should be okay. And if that partner has a problem, they've got a problem. And the problem is really not me. It's something going on here. Heart, mind. Let me know what you think. This is Brother Teacher.